Oh, here's a story that I heard from Rabbi J.J. Hecht, Olav Shalom. He wrote a book which is called Brimstone and Fire, and then this is one of the stories that was in it. The story is about a rabbi called the Rebbe of Ropshitz. What was his name? Naftoli, I think. Naftoli of Ropshitz. I might have told you the story before, but if I did, just like I forgot, if I told you, you also forget. Every day he would pray at great length in the morning. He would come home every day, and he would put, set the table, put a little bit of bread, a couple little, whatever it is, vegetables. But before he would wash his hands for bread, as he would put down his talus and tefillin and everything, and he would go out and collect money for the poor. There were always 10, 15 poor families right next to him. Oh, I know the story I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you the story about Yisrael Goy. So I'll tell you the story of Yisrael Goy in the afternoon. Okay, here we go, the story. I'll continue the story. So he would go around and he would knock on doors. He would go like to 20, 30 different houses of different rich people. They would give him money, and he would come back and distribute the money to the poor people, and then he would go and wash his hands, and he would eat his meal. It was already, pretty late. The whole morning he wouldn't have eaten anything. So he did one day. Somebody has have to mute yourself. Somebody is unmuted over here. So please mute yourself because I hear background noise. So enough with my background noise that I have over here. So he one day he finished everything. He came back, washed his hands, and he heard someone like clearing his throat at the door like that. He turned around and he went to the person. He said, "I'm sorry I came late. I had big problems." He said, "Okay, but I've already distributed the money. You'll have to come back tomorrow." He said, "Okay, no problem." He thought to himself, "Oh, listen, come on." Okay, so he said, "Okay, just wait here. Wait here. I'm going to go collect the money." So he put down the towel. He didn't make the blessing on washing his hands, and he went around and collected money to the different families. It would knock different rich people knock on the door. The rich person opened up the door. He said, "Is it you again? And you're not going to let me give me a moment of quiet? I'm trying to do things in the house. I gave you money in the morning. And tell me, you haven't got anything to do except for collecting money? Here, take." Instead of giving him he would give him 10 rubles, so he gave him 1 ruble. And do me a favor, don't knock again. Do me a favor. That's every house he went to, he got yelled at. People said, "Listen, I have other things to do except for giving you money all day. You're going to knock on the door. We have a set time. Okay, take." And everybody gave him a small fraction of what he usually gave. And he went back home, and that little bit of money he gave to that person that was standing at the door. 1 person, 2 people standing at the door. And that's it. The person went away. He went and he washed his hands again, made sure the bread was on the table, everything was all right. Went back and washed his hands before he was able to make the blessing, as he heard again from his door. So he turns around, he sees that there's a person standing there. So he goes over to him and he says, "Listen, I'm very sorry, but it's very late, and there's a set time when you give out money, and I've already given out once. I can't." The man said, No, I understand, Rabbi. You don't have to go and take special time for me. I really appreciate it. If I could just talk to you. I just haven't got anybody to talk to. It'll only take 3 minutes. I'm just going crazy. It's all inside of me. I just want to pour my heart out and just give me a blessing, and I'll come back tomorrow at the right time. The rabbi said, "Okay." He said, "Well, my wife, she's in a dangerous medical situation, and who knows when she's going to have to go to the doctor. It's a matter of life and death. And, I'll need money for the hospital expenses." Said, "Not only that, I have a daughter that she's of marriageable age. And, I'm worried there's going to start, offers coming in and I haven't got any money. I haven't got any money for a dowry, and I can't, she's just getting older and older. And to top everything off, yesterday my house fell down. My whole house fell down. I haven't got, I don't know what but thank you, Rabbi. Thank you. That's what I wanted. I just wanted that you should listen to what I say, and I'll come back tomorrow." The rabbi said, No. You just wait right here. There's a chair, sit down. I'm going to go and collect again. So he goes to the houses, knocks on the same doors. The people come to the door, and it says, "Rabbi, it's you again?" I said, "Wow, after I yelled and screamed at you, you came back again?" You must really be a selfless person. Here, instead of giving you, usually I give you 10, I'm going to give you 20. And every house, they gave him like twice as much as what they usually did. And they praised him. So he went back to the person, went back to his house, and he gave the person the money. And he said, okay, here's the money. Use it in good health. God bless you. He said, now, just one more thing. The rabbi says, it's your money. I'm not going to take it back. I'm not going to take it back, no matter what happens. But tell me the truth. You're lying, right? Rabbi, lying? He says, what you said is not true. About your wife is in danger and your daughter is getting married and your house is falling down. The rabbi said, no, Rabbi, it's not, listen, maybe I exaggerated a little bit, but lying, not, you sure you're not going to take the money? But no, the money is yours. It's okay, listen, my wife is pregnant and she's in her 5th month, and a woman that goes to give birth, it's called a danger. You can even, transgress the Shabbat. No problem, because it's called a dangerous situation. Sakanat nafashot. And what about your daughter? She's really says, well, my daughter, she's only 7 years old, but you can't wait till the last moment. I mean, she's going to be 18, 17 in a while, and I don't want it. The offers will come in. I want to be sure. And your house really fell down on you. So, well, not my whole house. The fact is that a couple of days ago, I found this really nice rocking chair in the garbage. And there was somebody threw it away, and I took it home, and I felt so good just sitting on it. And just this morning, I sat down, and the whole thing broke. And I fell down on the ground, and it just crashed. And it was like my house was, I finally felt good the first time in my life in my house, and it was like it. But tell me, Rabbi, what made you think that I was lying? So I'll tell you very simple. So every time I go out and collect money, every time I try to do anything good, there's always difficulties. There's always some sort of problem all the time. Something tells me, to be a little bit lazy, to go a little bit quick, to be a little bit, insensitive all the time. So this time I went and I collected money. It went so easy. Everyone was so happy. They gave me so much money. I thought something's wrong over here. Something is not right. That's how I knew that maybe you weren't telling the truth. So it's coming to tell us the story that sometimes if you want to do something good and there's difficulties, it's not a sign from heaven that you shouldn't be doing it. Sometimes it's a sign exactly the opposite. And sometimes if things come too easy, it's a sign maybe you should check up a little bit, and correct how you're doing or what you're doing. But on the other hand, that's a story, a nice story. But the idea of Mashiach is that doing what God wants is going to be fun. And avoiding what God doesn't want will be easy. We'll feel that what God doesn't want will be disgusting to us. It'll be impossible to do it. Like a person can't take a knife and cut off his own finger. We will realize that going against God in any way will be like cutting ourselves off. We won't want to do it. And on the other hand, doing something good will be like giving God a big hug and kiss, and he kisses us also. It'll be easy. So that story, has to be taken with a grain of salt. But nevertheless, if difficulties do happen when you're trying to do something good, then it's not a sign that you shouldn't be doing it. Have a good day with Mashiach. Now, this afternoon, I'll tell you the story about Yisrael Goy. God willing, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, be with us. Shalom uvracha. Have a good day with Mashiach now.
Man, great story. Great story.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure.